Between 1989 and 2009, the internet created some 342 billionaires. Some of their names you'd recognize, such as Bill Gates and Steve Allen, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, Jeff Bezos, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, Mark Zuckerberg, Larry Ellison, and then Zhang Weining. He's the inventor of TikTok. The interesting thing is the opportunity for billionaires is happening again. This is a reenactment of what happened in 1989 with the introduction of the internet. We are now at the verge of the introduction of AI, and it is your opportunity, yes, I mean you and I's opportunity, to become amongst that group of 342 current billionaires. That number will double, I would predict, in the next 5 years as people like you and I connect the dots and come to a realization we can become a billionaire by taking advantage of AI and creating a product that the nation, that the world is craving for to make ourselves billionaires. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, first of all, you got to understand what AI is. It is giving you and I access to all the knowledge in the world. It's there. It's in the databases owned by Google, Apple, Microsoft, and Meta. They have all this data. What they don't know is how do we distribute it to the world. They know how to use it for advertising to make their products more effective, but how do they distribute it to the world, you and I, in a manner that we want it? Well, I then put my mind to it, and what I learned this last week, I can build a product that is worth billions of dollars to me and my business, Best of Us Investors, by merely connecting the dots and bringing some things together that I'm aware of, and then marketing them to a group of people who is hungry for what I have to offer. Let me walk you through it. I think I can teach you how you can become a billionaire. Okay, I'm in the investment business. I'm in the business of teaching people how to make better investments. And I believe that the data is available to me and you now to make better investments. All we've got to know is how to access it, how to interpret it, and then how to present it such that we and our tribe can invest more efficiently. So here's what I did. I said, I have listened to Jensen Huang of NVIDIA describe a nano. A nano is a device that he says it's a chip. It's a chip that I can buy, and I can upload all the data about investing in the stock market onto this chip, okay? I looked it up, and I can buy that nano on Amazon.com. Yeah, I can buy it. It's called a Jetson Nano Developer's Kit. It'll cost me $219, and Amazon will ship it to me. Now, what I want then is to upload the data from Amazon, Google, Apple onto that chip about all the knowledge about investing in the stock market. This chip is the size of a pack of cigarettes, okay? So I can put it in my pocket. It has the ability to process whatever data that I upload onto it, and it also has the ability to take that data and put it in a format that I can access to it. So I will contact SoundHound and say, okay, I've got the data on my Jetson Nano. I want you now to take it and put it into verbal format so that I can listen to it, and I can ask it questions and it can give me answers. That's within the Nano. Now I can go to Amazon.com, and I can buy some of Meta's smart Ray-Ban glasses for $379. So now I can put those glasses on, and I can plug it into my Nano, and those glasses will see what I see, so that when I go to my TradingViews chart and I look at an NVIDIA chart and I say, let's talk about, I'm talking to my Nano, let's talk about where is NVIDIA stock going from here over the next several years. And the Nano says, so open that up to a bigger pattern, and let's look at it on a monthly basis rather than a daily basis, and see what we can learn from the MACD and the Scholastic and Momentum, and then plug in a Fibonacci retracement from this date to that date, and let's analyze that. And I and this Nano have a conversation about that. And then the Nano says, okay, now take me and show me their financial statements over the last 10 years. And I take them to Seeking Alpha, and I go to that, and we come up with that. All right, now take me to Zach's predictions as to what NVIDIA is going to do over the next 1 year, and what the analysts are projecting their price to be. And I'm talking to my Nano about this, okay? Do you understand that? All right. Now he comes and he says, okay, this is what I think is going to happen. What's your interpretation? And the Nano and again, the Nano is all the knowledge in the world, and I are conversing on what is going to happen. Now, I take this package that I've got probably, let's say $700 invested in it, and I take it and I market it to my tribe. All right, I say, okay, I will sell you one of my NVIDIA Nanos over the next year. I'll do it the same way that Apple sells their phones, through a subscription program. And then what will happen is I will ship them this Nano, and it will be into a closed system. And so as they use the Nano, it will then put their information and their search information back into the central element of the Nano, our Best of Us Investors Nano, and the Nano will start to learn, okay? It will not only exchange information that it has, but it will learn from the information that the 10,000 members of Best of Us Investors are putting into the system. And so it gets smarter with each use factor that is entered into it. And so now we have within our closed group, because no information can leave the major Nano system, but we can accumulate more information. In other words, information can come in, it can be processed inside, and we can all learn from each other. We can have 10,000, maybe 1 million people feeding that Nano questions, and that Nano learns and becomes smarter for our tribe. That's what I learned last week. And that's what I want to share with you. That's the path I'm going down. I am going to contact NVIDIA. I am going to contact SoundHound. I am going to contact Google, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft. And then I'm going to contact some big-ass investors and say, hey, this is what I want to create. I have the idea. I don't know the next steps. Okay? I don't know. How do I use AI, ChatGPT? Do I use Perplexia? How do I build this? And where do I get the 10 million, the $100 million that I need to put together to make Best of Us Investors the premier investment app in the world? Okay, that's what I learned last week. Now, what I want two things from you. I want your ideas. I want your input so that you can help me build this. But more importantly, what I want to do is start you thinking. Yes, I understand what Kerry's doing, but what could I do? What could I do? What am I interested in that I could buy a Jetson Nano, that I could possibly buy some glasses that can see and read and communicate with the man? What could I do? I was talking on our Stock Talk on Friday, and I just had a thought. I'm not a real religious person, but I know a lot of people are. I know that churches fill up on Sunday, and they want to hear from that pastor, and they want to be inspired. What if you could talk to God? Whether you're Jewish, Buddhist, Hindu, or Christian, what if you could talk to God? Maybe that's a business you want to get into. Maybe you want to get your nano and your glasses. Maybe you don't even need the glasses. Maybe you need SoundHound, and you could upload the Bible. And you could upload all the Methodist teachings, all the Catholic teachings, whatever your religion is, and you could talk to your God. And you could sit down and say, God, I'm having some problems. I don't know how to deal with this. Whatever has happened traumatically to you. That's what religion is all about. People coming together to solve their issues, to find faith, to move forward. What if you could put that into a nano and it would be available to your congregation at any time? They could talk to your God. Now take that and put it into anything else. Maybe you're a neurosurgeon and you could talk to the knowledge of neurosurgery, and all the neurosurgeons in the world could come together and be in this select group of nanos that learn from each other. And as each other inputs their information, the nano learns itself. It starts to think on its own, and it starts to take you down new paths that you never thought of. Now, maybe you're not a neurosurgeon. Maybe you're an auto mechanic. Maybe you're a dentist. I don't care. Nanos sell on Amazon for $219. This is your opportunity to become a billionaire. All you've got to do is recognize what AI is going to bring. Don't get hung up on how Amazon and Microsoft and Google are going to use it to build their businesses. Think about how you can use it to build your business so that you can become one of the 342 billionaires that will be made probably over the next 5 years. Just because like Bill Gates and Steve Jobs and Jeff Bezos and Larry Page and Mark Zuckerberg and Larry Ellison and Zhang Zheng connected the dots and said, this is an opportunity of a lifetime because the world is screaming for it. They want to talk to God. They want to understand investing. They want to understand how to fix a car, how to do teeth. This is where you come into this. Yeah, you can invest in Microsoft, Google, Apple, SoundHound, and Twist, but you can also invest in yourself. And that's where the big payoff is. That's where the billions are made. Not millions, billions. Because you connected the dots. Okay, that's what I learned last week. Every Monday, I'm going to do a video of what I learned last week, and I'm going to share it with you. Because I believe in my heart that if you can just think and recognize what's happening, you can achieve things that are unimaginable. But you gotta think. And the other thing you gotta do is get that damn unwanted roommate that lives in your head and says, I can't do that. I'm not capable of becoming another Mark Zuckerberg or Larry Page. Not Larry Page. Yeah. Or Larry Ellison or Zhang Viming. He's the guy from TikTok. the most recent billionaire. Let's add your name to that list. Okay? Send me your name. and I'll put it on my list of future billionaires, because you can do it. Read the book. It's in the link. You can be whatever you want to be. And I'm here just to cause you to think. I'll talk to you more about this. In fact, next Monday, I'll tell you what I learned this week.